Golem here with a streaming semi-marathon style video. I'm going to be trying to get all of this stuff out of the way. The 750 gold, casting 30 red or white spells, the daily wins, 250 gold to start with 25 mastery XP, as well as the 250 XP weekly win rewards. We're going to try to get all of this stuff out of the way while we can. Let's go ahead and get started with deck. This deck I've been working on. Actually, you haven't seen this deck since my channel. It is the same tribal zoo deck, but I'm actually got up to 4 lightning helices. I cut the 1 rings for static discharge. I think this card is interesting. It's mainly for more reach. You're trying to get my opponent's life total down to 0. Let's see how it goes. I don't know if it's going to be any good, but it's going to be best of 1, so we'll find out. Anyway, we're going to do a historic ranked best of 1, keeping it simple, and we'll see how things go. All right, first match against Fate Incarnate. This hand seems keepable. Looks like we will be able to cast all of our stuff if we go in Death of Triome turn 1. This deck is particularly heavy on the 2 mana slot, but I actually prefer it that way because it lets us do... I mean, turn 2 is probably one of the most important turns in the game. So, Plains tapped. Probably Steam Vents. Pass. All of our stuff pretty much has flash except for the Tribal Flames. Faithless Looting. Let's go ahead and flash in our Orcish Bowmasters in response. Yep, that's going to give us a huge advantage. We're looking at 4 power on turn 2, basically. Let's play the Zanderzange tapped. Swing for 4. Next turn, we can get our Bloodbraid Elf in play. I'm probably, regardless of what they do, I'm probably going to Lightning Helix end of turn. Yeah. Static Discharge is good. Assuming there's no responses, I mean, this just wins the game. GG. Very quick one. Maybe the Static Discharge does help out a little bit. We are at Platinum Tier 2, right in the middle here. All right. Let's go again. I wanted this deck to be more like a burn deck, if you didn't notice. The Static Discharges really helps with that. The idea being that Tribal Flames is a very powerful, like, 2 mana, deal 5 damage. I do have to have Domain, but it still works out pretty well. This is good. We can keep this hand. Temple Garden and Xander's Lounge gives us all 5 of our basic land types. Thoughtseize, I think that's fine. Again, we're very heavy on the 2 mana slot. So regardless of what they take, we'll have a turn 2 play. They're thinking about what to take here. All right, so they did choose to take the Orcish Bowmasters. I think that's fine. Probably was one of the weaker cards, to be honest. Let's see. This isn't too concerning right now, so I'm going to just get my Territorial Cavu in play for starters. They're thinking about ways to remove the Territorial Cavu. They do have a Den of the Bugbear as well. Let's see. They're just going to concede. I like it. I like that very much. I did enjoy that game. All right, we're 2 for 2. Can we go a third time? All right, let's do this. So this deck is 2 for 2 today. At this rate, it'll be a very nice and easy stream to 15 wins. All right, let's see. This hand is keepable. We got turn 1, Overgrown Tomb, Wild and Cattle. Turn 2, we can either go Sacred Foundry or Steam Vents. Probably the Sacred Foundry, because that gives us a 4/4. Well, it doesn't. It gives us a 3/3 Wild and Cattle. Swing for 3 here. Get our Territorial in play. And then next turn, if we want to, we can play the Steam Vents tapped. Oh, we're facing the mirror. Okay. Does that change anything? I think not. I think we can just actually shock ourselves here. And let's just get rid of the Territorial Cavu so that we can swing for 8. I'm gonna discard the Wild and Cattle. Hopefully that's not a mistake. It is another creature that is a threat. Would be good to have more of those. But I do like my lands. Alright. Orcish Bowmasters, are they conceding here? Well, hey, this has been the easiest 3 wins I've had in a long time. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take the 275 every game. 275 XP every game. And these are ranked games, by the way, so it's not like I'm playing against opponents that aren't taking the game seriously. Who knows? Maybe that last player had to leave. They just had to go somewhere. Same with the other player. But I'm not going to complain about it. This is like the same hand except replacing 2 Territorial Cavus with 2 static discharges. And I think this hand is keepable. We'll just go turn 1, Overgrown Tomb tapped. It's like the same mana base too. Alright, so our opponent mulliganed. Hollow Fountain tapped. Alright, Indatha Triumph definitely changes things. I'm going to go Indatha Triumph here. The one downside to this deck is that it doesn't run the One Ring. But I'm not convinced that's a downside. Uh-oh. Oh, my opponent sacrificed, stifled the effect. Stifle is legal in Historic? What? That's crazy. I didn't know Stifle was legal. Wow, that's crazy. All right. Well, our opponent's playing some sort of Twiddle Storm deck, I'd imagine. I could only assume. Oh, yeah, the One Ring. Okay, so they're playing something like that. Um, let's just attack so that we can cycle through our deck a little bit. We're not going to deal actual damage to them, but I do want to cycle through my deck a little bit. Let's see. I think Sacred Foundry. No, I do want the red. Do want the red mana. So let's take Breeding Pool. Okay, and then we'll play Xander's Lounge tapped, and then pass the turn. Let's see what our opponent wants to do here. All right, so we're gonna flash this in response. Let's see if they have counter. They have to have a counter for this. Nope, it connects. All right, get ready for a big, big orc army here. They have to be doing something here, right? I mean, all right, they're just gonna let it happen. We have 3 static discharges in our hand. Let's see if these actually pay off. Growth Spiral. Oh, they're gonna draw another card. I'll take it. Turns out Orcish Bowmasters is good against the One Ring. Oh, they're gonna end the turn. Okay. They're gonna stop me from dealing damage. Okay, I see how it is. I see how it is. Let's swing here. I'm actually gonna discard because I have a lot of dead cards in my hand. Let's get rid of Stomping Ground. Yep, that was the right decision. There's too many dead cards here. And let's go Sacred Foundry, Static Discharge. And this should be game. Another Static Discharge. Wow, GG, 4-0, just because we made the one change of adding 4 static discharges, literally replacing the One Ring with status discharge brings us to Platinum Tier 1. 4-0 right now. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Do we even need the One Ring? I guess we don't. If we're just going to win with Orcish Bowmasters, we don't need to draw cards. We'll let our opponent draw cards. Alright. So this is probably a keepable hand. We got 4 out of 5 of our domain. Let's go Temple Garden. Get our threats in play. Next turn, probably going Sacred Foundry tapped. The other thing we can do is play Indotha Triome, but I would like to pump this thing. Let's just play this tapped. It looks like our opponent's on some sort of red deck. Maybe red deck wins. We're leading off this third turn with a tap land in preparation for turn 4 Bloodbraid Elf. Expecting my opponent to do something here, probably Exile the top X cards of your library. You may play up to 2 of those cards until the end of your next turn. Okay. So what did they exile here? An Iron Crag feat. Okay. That's a new one. Well, I guess we should leave our mana up for this Leyline Binding, so let's just pass the turn. Who knows what our opponent is doing here? All right, they're just gonna do their own thing here. Let's cast this Bloodbraid Elf. It's another Nacatl. Not the best Cascade hitter. They're gonna create they're gonna create some treasures. They're gonna create a treasure token. Well, we got them down at 8, so the next turn is gonna be lethal. Even if it's not with the creatures, we get there with everything else. Oh, yep, that's game. 5-0 with this deck. Let's go. Let's go. Whenever you're on a winning streak like this, you don't stop. You have to keep going until... You have to keep going while you're still hot. I mean... Some people say that's gambler's fallacy, but I can tell you absolutely that when you're hot, you're hot. Especially in a game like this, like Magic. Alright, let's keep this hand. We got turn 2 Orcish Bowmasters. I know we have 2... We can't cast Lightning Helix or Territorial Cavalry with this hand, but we still got some stuff we can do. Alright. In Death, a Triumph tapped. We might... I have a feeling we might lose this game, but I'm okay with that. Oh yeah, give me a red source. Come on. Give me a red source. Couldn't do it. Could not do it. Let's see. I guess I'm going to go Breeding Pool. And just hold up mana for Leyline Binding or Orcish Bowmasters. Our opponent might be able to draw cards, which would be good for us. Let's see. Balmore. Whenever you cast instant sorcery, could you control get +1/+0? Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, is this our turn 3? Does this have prowess? This just has, like, better prowess. Yeah, they're just going to deal 2 to me. That's fine. I'm definitely going to Leyline the Soul Scar Mage. That's the only play that makes a lot of sense here. Okay, not too happy about that. Yeah, I have a strong feeling we're gonna lose. We're definitely getting punished for keeping this hand. Let's just lay a threat down. I could be wrong about that, but I have a feeling they're not going to be drawing cards this turn. Which means Orcish Bowmasters would basically not do a whole lot. If you can just give me a red source, I will lay the Helix on the Balmore. This is a Bird Wizard. All right, we got more targets for our lightning helix. Okay, I'm definitely gonna kill the Dread Horde. Oh, they can cast whatever they want from here. Yeah, that's disgusting. I'm gonna block here. Take the 6. Or rather go down to 3. And that is game. Alright, so we lose on game 6. But we're still at tier 1 platinum. Okay. Let's just keep going. Alright, do I want to keep this hand? I think so. The tap lands are just icing on the cake at this point. As far as getting our domain. Dahlia. Alright, so we're missing black. I say we just attack. I think we have favorable combat. Probably discard something. Yeah, I guess we don't need the wild and cattle. We'll get our Nishoba Brawler in play. So I'm not worried about Dahlia. It's actually not something that phases my hand or my situation. The only problem is when we cast Bloodbraid Elf, if we exile a non-land, a non-creature, we probably need to just cast the Orcish Bowmasters next turn, even if we hit a land that can enter untapped. Alright, so Ranger searches for what? A giant killer? Destroy target creature with power 4 or greater. Gotcha. Okay. Let's just play out our hand, I guess. Just kill the Thalia. Or maybe force the Dauntless Bodyguard to... Oh, this thing has to choose another creature as it enters the battlefield. So it doesn't really apply here. Yeah, let's just swing. I like my hand a lot. So I'm just going to exile the Thalia. I'm just going to exile that, and then let's see what they do here. Oh, do they want to kill the Kavu? They want to kill the Kavu. That's reasonable. Let's kill the Ranger first. That gets them down to 1. You know, actually, yeah, we did have to kill the Thalia, otherwise that wouldn't have been possible. Getting them down to 1. Another Ranger. That seems like a losing play, though, because they just paid almost all their lands for this. An Esper Sentinel, huh? Sure. Are they conceding here? I feel like they're conceding here. All right, GG. So now that means we're like 6-1 with this deck. It's pretty good. We got up a level too, which is nice. All right, this hand, I guess this is fine. Turn 1, 1/1. Turn 2, Nicatl probably. Yeah, let's just play the Sacred Foundry tapped. It's pretty much our only option. Could I have played the Leyline Binding? Sure, but is it worth doing that for this thing? I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it for that. Let's see. Let's just swing with everything. Let's see if they want to do stuff here. They're just gonna double chump. That's fine. You can play Steam Vents. Play it. Let's pay 2 life for it.